On this episode of Fit to Kill Outdoors, the crew goes on a Colorado elk hunt. Hey folks, John Lyons, Fit to Kill Pro Staffer and Fit to Kill Productions President here. This video is all about an elk hunt we recently took in southwestern Colorado in the Grand Mesa National Forest during black powder season. This is a do-it-yourself hunt on public land, so all the prep and execution was left to the hunters themselves. No outfitters, but no high dollar outfitter prices as well. I did this trip for about $1,500 all told, and that included my tags. But most of that was spent on gas, quite frankly, and what was left over was spent on food. So you can do this feasibly if you plan accordingly. It'll take you 2 to 3 years to build up your preference points to get the tag you want to draw. If you want to draw a bull, some of the guys just drew cow tags and went out for the first time and really never had to build up preference points. It's all a matter of what unit you go to and really what you're after. But I went with a great group of guys, pro staffers Adam Jackson and Matt Greer, and the father and son team of Jack and Zach Couch. We had an absolute wonderful time, and I highly recommend it if you want to get out there and do this. So stay tuned. We'll show you a little bit what it's like. And if you have any questions, please contact us at Fit to Kill Outdoors. We'll be happy to help you out as much as we can. Well, our trip started out on a dark and rainy note. We left Simpsonville, Kentucky about 3 o'clock, and it was only a harbinger of things to come. So we hit the road, headed for Colorado. Man, you never know what you're going to see on these trips. This car sits up higher than my truck does. Well, we finally made it into Kansas, and man, I'd forgotten how long Kansas was. Beautiful state, but it takes a long time to get across it. One of the better things about Kansas City is Cabela's. I'd never been to Cabela's before. I've been to many Bass Pro Shops, but I got to tell you, this place is absolutely unbelievable. If you ever get a chance, you're out by the Kansas Motor Speedway, stop by here. There is just some incredible taxidermy of every big game species you can imagine, especially if you're hunting elk and mule deer like I was getting ready to. They've got a mule deer trophy room that's got many state records in it, some world record replicas in there, and it's just absolutely unbelievable. I just can't imagine killing an animal like some of these displayed in Cabela's. So if you're ever there, give it a shot. While the guys talk about a couple mule deer we just saw back in Colburn, Colorado, we've just arrived at Grand Mesa National Forest, which is our hunting destination. None of us have ever been here before, so we're all pretty excited about the fact that we finally made it here. Okay, folks, home sweet home. We got her done. We set up what, a couple hours, probably?
Yeah. I'll tell you in a second.
We got the kitchen, we got the gear tent, we got the bedroom. It's great. Well, after the long drive and setting up a camp, it was time to hunt. We headed out the next morning, bright and early, following Matt with his bow. Adam was calling and I was filming. It was a very exciting first day. We saw lots of elk. Footage is not the greatest in the world, but I think it gives you an idea of what we were dealing with in this dark timber. So check this out. Alright folks, it's a new day. It's September the 9th. Happy birthday, John Parker, I love you. We're at 10,000 feet on Willow Ridge. And there is sign everywhere. You would think you'd just run into one of these bad boys, but we haven't heard the first bugle. And saw lots of fresh droppings and stuff, but we're still after with a bow. Tomorrow the black powder season opens, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll get on something here in a few minutes anyway. So stay with us, and we'll come back a little later. Looking right at us, I think. I can't move. We stalked elk all over Willow Ridge that morning and finally caught one bedded down. Better luck next time, big man. Well, folks, I don't know if it gets any more exciting than that. Close range archery on Colorado Rocky Mountain elk on a do-it-yourself hunt. But we try. We headed out the next day on the opening day of the black powder season. Stay tuned. Hey folks, it's the opening day of the Colorado black powder elk season. We had a pretty good day yesterday with Matt on his bow. He actually got to shoot at one. But this morning so far, we've seen a couple of cows, which is not bad. And we just set up over 4 wallows. 2 have been used pretty recently. So we're going to sit here a couple hours and see what happens. It's nice and cool.
The wind's swirling a lot. We're at about 10,400 feet or so. So we're on top of this ridge, and hoping we'll get back on some of the elk that we were on yesterday. So stay tuned and we'll be back.
Well, as you can see, an even more spectacular view of Chalk Mountain. I'm up the hill a little bit farther than I was earlier. This is a much better view. That little knob right there is called Bronco. We were up there a couple days ago. Folks, here's what hunting at 10,000 feet is like in September in Colorado. We got major ice storm happening right now. I'm holed up underneath a spruce tree somewhere on the side of Bronco Knob. Split up from my partners. And on the left I'm staying fairly dry. This is just the prelude to the weather that's coming in tonight, apparently. Well, guys, after a half-inch of ice, the weather continued to worsen over the next 24 hours. We got our last hunt in on Thursday morning, and the rain just kept coming. So the guys had all hunted hard the whole week, and we decided to call it quits just a little bit early. Our intention had been to stay through Friday, but the campsite was at this point getting pretty muddy, and we were fearful that we wouldn't be able to get our vehicles or the trailer out, so we packed it up and headed home. Well, this is not exactly what you want to see when you're heading home from an unsuccessful elk hunt, but got to give congratulations to the boy from Tennessee. He got himself a nice 6x6, and that's what it's all about. Here's what 24 hours of driving does to a man. Right there. Hey, Zach, turn around. There's the other 24 hours. 24. This has been a Fit to Kill production, keeping it real.